Hey mate, want to learn how to make a pizza? Really easy and fun. Come on, let's see the equipment. Pizzas are easy and fun to make, so let's go and see what kind of plasticine we need. We need yellow, orange and red. Now, on our pizza we're going to put lots of pepperoni, so that's why we're using red. And also you're going to need your pin or sharp pointy thing and a glue stick, and do not forget a knife, unless you want to rip the plasticine with your hands, but that wouldn't be very accurate now, would it? Let's get started. First we start off with the yellow plasticine. You cut off a bit with the knife, say about this much. So you get your bit of yellow plasticine and you squash it all out so it's nice and flat. Unless you want a really fat pizza, which we don't want because us brats need to stay fit. Flatten it out about this much, then you get your glue stick and you push it in. Unless you have some kind of fancy cutter, then use that instead. Once you've done that, you should end up something like this. Now remember, it's not too small or too thin or it won't work properly. Then we get the pin or pointy thing and we make triangle shapes in it to show that they're in slices. Make sure they're not too deep or too uneven like my one, but who cares? By the time you're finished with it, it should look a bit like a sun and have different slices in it. And there's like stuff on the outside of it, so you just brush that off like that. And you have that. Then you get your knife out and cut off a tiny bit of red plasticine. About that much. Depends how much pepperoni you want to put on it, really. Then you use the red plasticine to roll it up into tiny little pepperoni balls, and you put them on the pizza. And there should be at least a couple, because you don't want like one or two on a pizza. Then you get your little balls of pepperoni and stick them on like that. Make sure that you don't like rub them in, or they'll look like they're all part of the pizza. But make sure that they're not all fat and squished up, so make sure that they're still flattened. On each slice, don't only put one or it will look kind of weird, so put at least two on each slice-ish. Don't know, I have enough to put two on each slice though. Here we go. Most people would leave it like that, but we're going to teach you how to make the crust for it as well. This time you're going to get a knife and some orange plasticine for the crusts. You don't need this much, you need about that much. Then you roll it all up, make sure it's really thin, because it is a miniature pizza. That's not thin enough yet, unless you have a bigger pizza. So make sure you don't make it too fat. Here we go. Then we just put it around the pizza. like that. Oops, one of these little pepperoni pieces fell off. We're not going to leave it like that, of course, so we're going to get some more. The knife again. About there. There we go. And we get about this much. Put it on. And it should look something like that. But there's one last finishing touch that you need to add to it. You get your little thingy-mabobby, and you know where the slices have been put. You put that. You also put some on the crust as well, or it'll look weird. And remember, you don't have to do the normal pepperoni pizzas. You could put, say, vegetarian kind of veggie stuff on it. Or you could somehow get like a brownish thing and use it as chicken or something. Be creative and don't use the one that most people use. I just did this because it was a classic. So you go around all the way around that, and it should look something like this. I've used a Bratz plate, a proper Bratz plate, but in the last video, we've showed you how to make normal plates out of paper. So don't think you have to go out looking for a tiny miniature plate when you can just get a piece of paper, cut it up and use it as like that. So that's your pizza, your pepperoni pizza with fat crusts.